Around the Department of Defense this week. This is your DoD Weekly News Recap.
I'm Mark Weeks. Defending America doesn't come cheap, but a high priority at the Pentagon is budget control.
We are very mindful of our fiscal responsibilities in terms of being able to take cost out, and from the Secretary on down, stewardship is critical. We have to do the most with what we have and do better. We need to get more for less, but we can afford security.
The military has lots to offer, and Deputy Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan says another priority is to attract highly skilled people.
Most of America doesn't understand what the Department of Defense does, or the careers or opportunities that the services provide, the training, the experience. We need to educate America about how great it is to serve and the opportunities that are afforded by our military. But we have great people that should be serving today that don't understand what we have to offer.
President Trump remembered fallen Marines during a ceremony in the White House commemorating the 35th anniversary of the terrorist attack on Beirut Barracks in Lebanon.
Today we honor our fallen heroes and pledge that their blessed memory will never die, but live instead in the hearts of our grateful nation forever.
Defense Secretary James Mattis attended the commemoration and thanked the families of the service members killed in the attack.
Today, it's our responsibility to acknowledge the irredeemable debt of gratitude that we owe to those who we lost in Beirut and to their families. We want you to know that we will always hold in our hearts your family's sacrifice. We do not forget.
Military and industry professionals in the world of defense logistics met during a conference to talk about the future, and the discussion panel included the number 2 general in the nation's Military Transportation Command.
Every vessel that carries combat power, every rail car that transits our global deployment network, and every aircraft airlifting our nation's military force underpins the immutable fact that logistics fuels the engine of military power. While the character, the methods, and processes may evolve, the nature of logistics and the transportation enterprise remain constant.
He also spoke on the modernization of defense transportation in order to create more resiliency.
Whether it's a hurricane that damages a port or an adversary's nefarious actions, the resilience within our end-to-end value chain defines our comparative strategic advantage. Regardless of the challenges we face in the future, it's the actions we take today that will demonstrate our commitment to warfighting readiness.
A Syrian mosque and other buildings used by ISIS to attack Syrian Democratic forces were destroyed by a U.S.-led coalition airstrike. Mosques have a protective status in wartime, but according to the Defense Department, this building lost that status when ISIS deliberately chose it as a command and control center. A Pentagon spokesperson said this is the second attack in a week where ISIS misuse of a mosque violates the law of land warfare, making both mosques military targets. Military snipers trained on shooting from high angles during a special training session on a course in Austria. Soldiers from the U.S. and 7 other countries of the European and North American Defense Alliance, called NATO, took turns shooting further than 300 meters at angles greater than 15 degrees. The high-angle urban course training lasts for 2 weeks and qualifies experienced snipers to operate and engage targets in mountainous and urban terrain. That's your DoD News Weekly Recap. I'm Mark Weeks. For more stories about your military, go to defense.gov.